really happy to be back. The car feels very different to anything I've experienced in the past, so there will be quite a lot of reset, I think, for everyone, but good learnings and excited for another day in the car. Yeah, just try to do as many laps as we can, because at the moment we're just gathering data on the power unit, on the car, chassis side, also for other drivers, always good, so yeah, we'll focus on that. It feels like an F1 car. It's obviously very fast, but you know, it's all early testing. We're not really looking for the optimum performance. We're more trying to understand the whole package, and we'll look for performance a bit later. But no, I'm feeling good. I prepared for it. It's just very, very cold. It's quite tricky conditions for F1, but physically, hopefully I can say it's a bit harder after we do a lot more laps tomorrow or the day after.
Pierre, looks like it's been a pretty solid start to the shakedown here in Barcelona for the team. How do you review it so far, and how are the first laps in the car for you?
Yeah, it's been a good afternoon. First time in the drive for me this afternoon in that car, so it was good to get grip with the new car, get some good testing under our belt, and understand a bit more. So yeah, I think we managed to get over 65 laps also, so it's a good start, and looking forward to another day in the car.
What are the early impressions with the Mercedes power unit as well, the drivability, the feel? How's that early stage going?
Yeah, I must say a lot feels different to you know, what I've felt in my entire career in Formula One, so there is quite a lot of sort of references to reset. Even you can't really compare with any other car from what I've driven in the past. Will not really be like fair comparison, but yeah, it's definitely a car that will take some time for all of us to adapt to fully understand and get on top. But yeah, it's a nice challenge ahead.
We saw you on the pit wall earlier in the week watching Franco out on track. How have those conversations gone with him? Feedback being in line, all that kind of thing as well.
Yeah, I've tried to, you know, always get as much information as possible. When Franco ran and did the sort of went through the testing we wanted to do, so just to get a little idea of what's coming and how things are gonna feel like. I think overall, yeah, first we completed the first 2 days of our testing, and we did a lot of things. There's quite a lot to go through. I don't know if we're gonna test tomorrow or Friday. We'll see, depending on the weather forecast and how much time we want to give ourselves before we get back out on track. But yeah, it's good. I think we're working well together, and yeah, as we say, we're just going step by step.
You touched on it there, 2 days down for Alpine, 1 to go. So what's on your checklist for the rest of the week here before moving on to Bahrain?
I think on my side, I like to do as many laps as possible. So yeah, we managed, as I say, to over 60 laps, and we'll be good to get hopefully, I don't know, 100 laps next time out there. And yeah, the more we run, the more we learn about the power unit, about the car, about the setup, about everything really. So I think that will be the main target, and yeah, let's see what comes.
Steve, first time we've spoken to you at the Barcelona shakedown.
Yep.
How do you sum it all up from Alpine's side?
Well, yeah, first of 3 tests this year, so really busy schedule for us. New PU supplier for us to get to work with Mercedes. So an awful lot to learn. I'm sure most of the teams here are doing the same stuff, getting to know the new PUs which we've got this year, the energy deployment, recovery and so on, and the new aero packages that we've all got. Luckily the weather's held up, so I think there's a lot of people doing productive mileage. We certainly are, and yeah, you know, we will hopefully leave here having ticked off some boxes, get ready for Bahrain coming up.
You mentioned the new power unit, the move to Mercedes. How is it all going on that side, the integration, the report on drivability, feel, all of that kind of thing so far?
Yeah, very good. Obviously you spend weeks and months talking about this stuff and planning everything, but there's nothing quite like doing it for real, coming to the circuit and getting to know personalities and procedures and stuff. So yeah, going well. We have a plan of stuff to work through, and some of today we've been practicing race procedures, grid procedures and stuff like that. So it's all going well, yeah.
And what have Franco and Pierre been saying as the week has developed here, starting to explore these new generation cars?
Yeah, we shook down in Silverstone before we came here and left there with probably more questions than answers. But we've been able to come here and work through some of that, particularly on energy recovery. It's a big learning curve for us and I think all teams. So we've been focusing on that. It does involve driver input and really just learning, these new cars, massive straight line speeds that we've not seen before, less downforce in the corners and stuff. So yeah, really a lot to learn for teams and drivers.
And where does this leave you all for the official Bahrain pre-season tests that are coming up in a couple of weeks' time?
Well, we're all sat there looking at lap times, of course, trying to guess what fuel loads everybody's got. You only know your own. You speculate about other people's, and you sort of try and persuade yourself that you're competitive. We don't really know, any of us, because we don't really know what all the competition's doing. But as the tests go on, particularly when we get to the end of the first and second Bahrain tests, then we will see people do long runs, which is really where you make your accurate calculations. One lap, you just don't know what people are doing. But long runs, when people start doing 20, 30 time lap runs, then you can backtrack and calculate how heavy they were to start with and so on. So I think we're all probably doing the same sums.
But pretty much kind of where you hoped or expected to be in terms of mileage and data gathered, at least at this point?
I think so. First day on the Monday, we didn't quite get the mileage we wanted. We've got a very ambitious plan today, so I think we're going to try and cover 800 Ks today, which is a lot. But pretty much on target. Just going through procedures, some basic setup changes, seeing how the car responds and so on. And luckily the weather's holding up. So yeah, all on target so far.